because of that. Hi, it's November 4th. It's a Thursday. It's been like 2 to 3 weeks since we saw Dan, and he said that he was gonna talk to the architect, and it's been like a week or so since he said that we have to find a parking spot for the ADU. He said to call him because he's got good news. I don't know if we've said it in this series, but it's out there so we could say it.
We have said it.
Oh, Whit's pregnant. She feels like, how do you feel, Whit?
Awful.
Hello.
Hi, Dan. It's Whitney and Tim.
Hey guys, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. I wanted to say I'm sorry when I noticed that I was responding to Tim when you were texting me.
No worries. No worries.
I was like looking at the messages right now and I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm so sorry about that.
Don't worry. Yeah. Don't worry. It's okay.
Whitney's the boss.
Sorry. I'm at my architect at the house right now this morning, and we measured off both sides of the house. So we called into our friend over at Building and Planning and ran by him the measurements that we have in the room that we're working with for that parking to get the okay for the ADU. So he was looking at it, and he actually suggested a really good idea. And what he's thinking is, so the ADU is technically on paper a secondary unit on the property. So once we do the ADU, it's going to be like a 2-in-1, 2 units on the plot. So on paper, right? So what we have to do, we can use the space on the left-hand side of the house, like we had initially thought for a parking spot when we were thinking about doing a carport and everything. The only thing that we do have to keep on the ADU is we have to have its own entrance into it from the exterior because it's considered a second unit. Technically, we have that right now because there's that little door on the side. So we can move that door pretty much anywhere where it suits us. If we keep that exterior door, then we have enough space on the left-hand side to create that parking. That's a good thing because on the right-hand side, we do have room for it as well, but we have a little bit more of a slope there, which means we would have to build a larger retaining wall, a little bit more engineering. So then that becomes a little pricier. And the major problem there is that it's closer to the power pole. So we would have to get an easement or an okay from Water and Power. And just to get them out there, they're so backed up. To get them out there would be about maybe a month and a half to 2 months, just to get them out there to look at it and see what we're proposing.
But we don't have to do that.
We don't have to do that anymore because we could do it on the left-hand side.
Yes.
And then I know on the initial design, we want the entrance from the inside of the house as well. So on a technicality, we can still do it. Just what we'll do is, once we get our final inspection signed off on the ADU and the inspector is done with everything, all we have to do is then go ahead and open up that little section and create the little landing to step down into the new ADU from the inside of the house. Does that make sense?
Yes, totally.
Cool. So we can definitely do that. Just because it's considered its own private unit,
it needs
you can't technically have the entrance from the inside.
Right. It needs its own special stuff, like a entrance and a parking spot and kitchen equipment and stuff. Yeah, we get it.
Exactly. And this is totally, and even the kitchen, like we'll just do like the simplest little like small kitchenette to keep the cost down. And then obviously that doesn't, once we get a final sign off, you can totally remove that, and that can just be actual workspace or whatever you want to do there. You don't even have to have like a stove set up in there.
Just for one day, if it does turn into a proper ADU, all like the hookups and gas lines and stuff are
exactly.
somewhere.
We can have all of those stub outs inside the wall. So,
amazing. This is great news, Dan.
Dude, totally. So that's good. So what I'll do on my end, guys, is I'll start working on the numbers right away, because I know initially I'd sent you on the original bid to do the driveway there on the side with like a carport and everything. I'll go back to that. I'll reference those, and then I'll work and adjust the numbers where I can, and I'll add that to the bid so you can see the cost of doing the parking there with the new approach on the sidewalk.
Right.
And then I'll also add the work on the exterior terrace, on the large terrace outside.
Yeah.
And the only additional thing, because it is the high fire zoning area, is the cost to run the sprinkler inside the ADU.
Okay, great.
All right, and then also could you just include like a payment schedule, you know?
Yeah, totally, guys. So what I'll do is I'll send you all the numbers. I'm going to start working on them right now. If you want to move forward and the numbers look good, I can be back out to the property on Tuesday with my architect, and we can start to actually measure and take the whole house out so that we can start the actual plans and get them ready for submittal.
All right,
Amazing.
go
So-
Dan.
So there's that, and then I have another set of good news for you guys on your other property.
Yes.
So we were looking at a topographical map. We were just checking it out to get an idea. Even though technically you guys fall in the high fire zone and the hillsides and all that, but your plot plan is flat.
Yeah.
Again, we called into our friend at downtown, and we actually may be able to get the soil samples report and the slope land analysis waived.
Amazing.
And dude, that saves you at least about $8,500.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a big saving because the soil samples report and the slope analysis, that's about $8,000 to $9,000 in savings there. That,
All
I think I can get you guys.
Go
I'm
Dan.
pretty sure.
All right.
I'm pretty sure we can do it. So
Sonny can go to college now.
there you go, dude. There you go. So I'll put those numbers together, and if they work for you guys, we can get back out Tuesday. And if you guys are still interested and you're cool with it, since we're in the area, maybe we can swing by the other property just to take a look at the outside and make sure that we can get that stuff waived for you guys.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, just wanted to run it by you instead of just driving up, So, okay, I'll start working on that stuff right away. I'll adjust the numbers where I can with that driveway and the approach. And we'll go from there, guys. I'll send everything over no later than Saturday.
Okay, I mean, don't worry. Don't break your back to do it Friday or Saturday. It doesn't make a big difference to us. We're just eager, to get started. So just to know that you're on it is all that we care about.
Totally. And guys, it's weird because sometimes all of this preliminary stuff, sometimes it takes longer than the actual work.
Right.
Once we get going, we'll just do what we do and we'll take care of business.
All right, we understand and we appreciate it. Thank you, Dan.
Cool, thank you guys. And cool, so we'll be in contact. I just wanted to give you that good news.
Awesome. All right, well, have a great day and we'll be in touch. That's cool.
Very cool.
It's hard for you to enjoy anything.
It's impossible.
All right. Well,
Looks like you're gonna be a project manager of this.
great. Because I love details. We didn't explain, but since Whitney is pregnant, we were like, we gotta get a new house because we want to have 4 bedrooms. But that seemed really expensive. So we were like, what if we added to our house here? So that's what Dan was talking about. So maybe that'll be part of this vlog series too. Who knows? Okay, peace in the streets.
Peace in the streets.
I look old, very old.
You don't.
Yeah.
Can you make me nachos?
Yes, nauseous nachos. Hello.
Hey.
This is gonna be the whole vlog series, just like me being like, hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I mean, I look pretty good right here. But this is the update. Here, grab the other side. Tripod. It's,
November 15th.
November 15th. And we just gave Dan the go-ahead to start working.
Says it's gonna take 3.5 months.
And the total budget is...
$250,000.
Which, and I think this vlog series, Whitney, correct me if I'm wrong, we can always edit this out, but should be about all the details.
Yeah,
And
because
how
that's
much
not
stuff
including
costs.
a lot of the actual product too that we're working with other companies for.
Right, but we're gonna tell you how things cost and how we
Yeah.
pay for it and how much things cost and how we pay for it. So yeah, it costs that much. We don't have that much money. We have to get a loan. We're gonna refinance our house now.
Yeah, we're gonna get a loan so that we don't use cash that's being saved.
But right now we can't get a loan because Whitney had
A credit ding.
the craziest, littlest dings on her credit. So we've been trying to get that fixed. So today we're supposed to check in to see if it gets fixed. We'll let you know. If not, we have to figure out some other way to pay for it. But it's going to cost $260,000 at least. That's probably going to go up at some point. It's going to take 3.5 months at least. That's definitely going to go up at some point. And we also have to trade out all the finishes and stuff like that. So there's a lot. What's pregnant still?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with that.
She doesn't want to deal with it.
It's really difficult.
She's struggling.
I'm struggling, and it's Monday morning. You just feel, it's like so typical, those phases of motherhood where you're in a phase and you just feel like it's never going to be over, but you have to tell yourself that it will eventually be over. But when you're in it, it feels like it's never going to be over. So I'm just trying to stay positive while also like letting myself just feel my feelings and not feel bad or guilty about them. But don't mess with me right now. And I won't. Not you, but anybody.
Nobody. Rest of us. We need this loan, okay? All right. Bye.